There's Arukh HaShulchan Yodeh Siman Lamed Gimel Sifim Vav through Ches. And I forgot what day this is. The Supplemental Arukh HaShulchan Yomi Shir. This is Supplemental Day 173 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Okay, so in Sif Hey, the Russian tour had sent them to going to have to the lower jaw is removed. It's kosher if it can live through force feeding. So the Vavi says fascinating thing here. Vida, you should know Shesh Megdolim Sharma that one of there are those going to say Shavada Haisa Gonim Gears Zuba Kamara. They must have had this Kamara. The Beino Yochel Chos Aide Hamra lot the treif that if it can't live by force feeding, it's a treif. The local if not Minay Yolam Losiva Treifus, actually after the treifus. Bad point, it's the Bach. Bani Tama Od Bizam also astonished further. The law says Lama Tit Reb Nezeh. I should be treif if you can't eat. You give it an IV, right? After Zeshin, you have it in a treifus. Fact again, it's not treifus. It's like it's area derivia law. It's an external factor. Can if let's say it has a wound in its tongue and the animal can't eat, right? If it was it's definitely going to die. Kind of starvation. How much is treifa? Is it treif? No, it's separate. It's an independent issue. It caused machicha as long as it's alive. It's absolutely kosher. Mind you, tarfus. What is the fact that it's going to starve? Have to do treifus? Very good question. Zayin l'chein l'rendius diet never seems to be a few much beyond the kavadas. The Rambam is also shapriakol. According to what we explained, the Rambam everything works out well. The Rambam really mentions the halacha, but in a different language. We already wrote that the simanim are not contingent on lower jaw, only at the edge, at the end. The epiglottis is connected to the jaw. We explained this because Perik Test, as the Ram wrote in Perik Test, El Chavav, she's coupled simanim if the simanim are folded, it's treifa. Sofa means where the epiglottis has been peeled until the end. Simanim al simanim, and the ends of the simanim are folded back on the simanim. Peeled off and folded back on the simanim. He ain't a tarfus. It's true, it's not a tarfus. Nevertheless, not suitable for shchita. I guess the simanim are dislocated. There's a time is sham is shonim. Neishanim l'shchitim. Like the Ram says, not suitable for shchita and sham. V'adavar move on. It's understood. Shamachol bechler sheirei derech simanim. The food has to go down through the simanim, through the esophagus. Shein lo makom acher. There's no place else to go. Mele move on. Therefore, it's understood. Shenikla vatur but simanim. If the epiglottis is peeled away with the top of the esophagus, and they're folded back. Enough, let's see on him. The simanim falling down. How is the food going to get in? That was Goyim said. That way you can't be sustained by force feeding the treifa. Klomar, it means to say. If the simanim fell, it can't be fed before it's fed. By Amro de Amro Valota. There's no place to put the food in. May have a treifa. So it's treifa eliminated there ma'achol, not because of the lack of food. They should with shchita, it's not so with shchita. Because these are dislocated simanim. And the Gemara says this, and the ikbul where they're folded over, there's no way to shecht it. I ain't sure. So the Goyim is just saying a simon. Not that not that starvation is an issue, but the fact that it'll starve is indicated because you can't force feed is an indication that simanim in the wrong spot and they can't be shechted. Again, in this scenario, it's definitely treifa. The shchita and it's not suitable for shchita. And without shchita, it's definitely going to die. I mean, they had their machol because of the not being able to eat, but that's not the issue. Male she treifa, but automatically it's treifa. Okay. He's Kiru's Riva Rambam. According to this, Riva Rambam actually mentioned the folded simanim. She'll do shlachal avi kol divrei goyim. And you have to say because he normally brings everything the Goyim said. But Lama Levi Zek, why would he not have brought this down as well? For much love, the Asi Shop here, based on what he wrote, it works out well that's part of Nikbulu Asimonim. Ches, Kosar Rabbeinu Beis Yosef. The Beis Yosef writes. Are we supposed to go up today again? Just up to the ches. Okay. He says the Simon Gimel, Veshet or Turbatza Veshet, the esophagus or the epiglottis, Shil Chalolo, if it's pierced through to the cavity, no matter how little, Unavela. Akalashono. If the cloud guard who bekivas are trefus, this is a general great principle by punctures of trefus which are punctures. Anything which is a puncture which makes a treif. If it's something where there's a cavity, so she called by it's got to pierce through the cavity. Anything which has no cavity, actually nekem and foolish maybe has to be a hole through and through from one side to the other. Uvloza has to be run through. Uvloza ain't a true though it's not treifa. That's the Taz. But Zeshkas have an Avela. That just says it's an Avela. Fashkin that's Ram. That's true. Certainly true according to Rambam. But I've no much in Avela Mechaim, even though to say there's no such thing as the Avela what's alive. Kokam H to the most whenever the Shkita is not effective. Last Shkita, so after Shkita, have an Avela. What's called even the Chav Tasi base. Some there explain the issue. Some say Mechaim, the Enoch Avela. Even while it's alive, it's still considered to be an Avela. Only an Isser in terms of the prohibition, only a Tumah, not in terms of Tumah. And he said the pierced puncture epiglottis in the vela tzorchin. That's not clear. It's not a place of shchita. Shreifus are nekashibo, and shreifus of the hole there. It doesn't impede the shchita, but having connected with keres tzedakah should be like a hole in the stomach or in the intestines. Shafil achar shchita, you have a shchita. Ain't a treifa. It's only treifa. Lord of vela. Kosher Mechayeh and then the Bela, so what's alive, it should be the Bela. It's a Shach's question. But Shlosh and Rambam Perakav didn't involve the Yisrael Tzaz Gamatur, but Sam in the Bela. You know, can we infer that the whole epiglottis makes an Avela? Ayin Sham. Come, nonetheless, ain't Svil Lomar Kenk, which goes for Beis Yosef Sham, Sivukas and Mishnah, Ayin Sham. Doesn't seem there's a logic to say that. But the Gamakan, Lo Diktik was that. Therefore, it seems also here was not meticulous in differentiating precisely whether it's Avela or Treifa. Because the two assertions is just by the veshet, the whole makes it not so with shchita, which makes it an avela. So it wasn't saying by a big lattice, even though it's really just a treifa, not a avela. It's be chodesh. It's betzmadin ain't fresh in the avela true, because in the final analysis, there was no difference between avela and treifa, and brackets he says something which is understandable. That I look inside and increase late foolish over ikar kedivrei pre chodesh. Whatever that means. Okay, but that's it for today.